Saturday, September 19th, and we're getting ready to transfer drill the holes from the leading edge, on the vertical stabilizer. And we've got everything in place. We checked the twist on the vertical stab and it is good. It's the same on both ends. And I made out of a wine cork, just drilled a hole through it, just a kind of a drill stop, so that when I get to the spot, there's a spot down here where the rivets are really close to the edge. That's just to keep the drill bit from going through and nicking any of those rivets. And I've got some Bow Lube, and that is a lubricant that you put on a drill bit for drilling through aluminum. Keeps it from getting too gummed up with aluminum. One of the guys, one of the hangars at the airport here is building an airplane and gave me that little tin of that. It goes a little bit, goes a long ways. And as I drill, my wife will go through and cleco these holes, and I'm going to just start at the middle and work my way out. So I'll go here, 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 and just keep going back and forth, all the way out till we have it all drilled through and clecoed. And that's about it for that. But I do want to show you, I forgot, for those of you that don't know what a cleco is, this is a cleco, and what you use it for is for holding sheet metal together before you rivet. So we have these cleco pliers that goes in there, that top presses down there and it pushes that little pin out. And when you put it, go ahead and put it in that, just put it in that hole right there. So you squeeze it and you let it go. And if there was another piece of sheet metal under there, it grabs onto it. You can see these other ones. Well, you can't see those ones, they're going in there. But it just grabs onto that sheet metal and holds onto it. And get them out, squeeze it, take them out. So we've got a box of 400 of these size clecos, and we have some other different varieties of sizes that we can use on the project too for different size holes. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. We're gonna cleco this up, and yep. So here's my little drill stop, just a cork, and we'll just put it in, drill through the hole. There, it's through the first skin, this outside skin. So I'll take it out, clean that a little bit, blow it out, and we'll drill the rest through the spar. And then, where's cleco pliers?
On the other side.
Oh. Just put a cleco in it. Like that. We're good. Okay, we're all transfer drilled and clecoed. I started taking the clecos out here. You can see there's a little bit of a rub on there. It's just from that cork. Actually, there's a little bit of the old wine from the cork on there is rubbing a little color on there, but we'll take some acetone or MEK and clean that off once we're done there. But yep, so now we're gonna uncleco this. Take all these clecos out here, take the skin out. We'll deburr the bottom side of this outside skin and the bottom side of the spar. Okay, deburring. These are all the holes that we drilled, that we transfer drilled through the spar. And you can see things like, where did I just see that? Right there. I don't know if you can really see it on there. It's got kind of an edge. It's from where the drill bit comes through. And I'm gonna try, sorry. See if I can do this with one hand. So I've got this deburring tool, and it's got this little blade on it that rotates around. It's got a 90 degree, it's a sharpened little 90 degree angle on it. Just a little handle that swivels on. And you can see how there's a burr. Boy, that is hard to see. There we go. You can see there's a burr on that. And you just put this in there, just very lightly, just give it a spin, and it'll knock that burr off of there. So it's smooth, it doesn't catch on your skin as you're coming across it. It doesn't leave an edge up on there. There's another one there. It takes just the tiniest little bit of aluminum off and just cleans up that hole. Okay, we got the skin all deburred. Took some acetone, cleaned off the section, the spar, cleaned all that off. This has all been deburred underneath here. Checked this leading edge skin here to make sure that didn't need to be deburred. There's a few spots that I had to hit, just a really tiny little bit, but that's all clean. That's all done there, and we'll put the skin on and Cleco it up, and then we'll check it for twist one more time, and then we'll rivet it. Okay, so we've got everything cleaned up. We've got this Cleco back on. This skin's Clecoed here. This leading edge skin overlaps onto this side skin. And I think I showed before in the video, there's an edge forming tool that you have to use, and it puts just the tiniest little bit of a bend in the skin, and that keeps it from having a gap in there. So we checked the twist on this, still good. We're at 2.15 on this end, 2.10 on the other end. So I mean, 5/100ths of a degree is close enough, I think. So we'll get started riveting. A friend of mine gave me some great advice. He said when you rivet these surfaces, to give it the picnic table method, and the picnic tablecloth method. There we go. And so what we'll do is we'll start from the middle, and we'll work our way out and out. So we'll probably start up on that leading edge spar in the middle. We'll start to work out, and then we'll, I'm thinking probably, well, I'll have to think about this. We'll stop and we'll think about this and go over it a little bit. Maybe I might take a Sharpie and make some notes on here. But yep, that's it for now. Okay, we're getting ready to rivet this skin on. Did a consultation with a good friend of mine that is pretty knowledgeable in this stuff, and he's a builder, and got some advice from him, and we came up with a plan. We're going to start in the middle on the ribs, and we're going to go out on the ribs there and there, and then we're going to do the leading edge there, and then the same with the top, and the bottom will go inside out, front to back. Since we do have two spars, we've got the forward spar and the aft spar. And then the last thing that will be done is the spar from the center out. And the center out on the forward spar as well. First side's done, came out really well with that pattern that we did on the rivets. It's looking pretty good. One thing is that the AAPQ 42 rivet, you use these are all 41s, and then on the spars leading edge, use a 42, and then on the rear spar use 42. And on the rear spar, since it's only going through just the skin and the spar and not through two layers of skin and a spar, the mandrels snap off a little bit high. So we just went through with a piece of sandpaper, and we sanded down the sharp edges on the mandrel. I have to check and see. I don't know how much mandrel you're allowed to have protruding out of there, so I'll check that out. It's sticking out a little bit, but I don't know if this really, if that shows it. There we go. It it's raised up a little bit, but not very much. I'll find out if we need to take that down anymore, and go from there. You can't use you don't ever want to use a grinder on it, because you don't want to damage that rivet head at all. Like, you can't, if you grind into that at all, you're redoing a rivet. You gotta drill it out and redo it. But yep, that's it for now. We're gonna flip it over, do the other side. I'll try and I'll get some video when we're doing the other side too, so you can see some of the rivet process that's going on. Okay, we've got the other side transfer drilled for the leading edge through the forward spar, and I just wanted to show you how close those holes are to where the rivet heads, or not the rivet heads, or the tails are in. So you can see why it was pretty important to have that piece of cork I put on that drill bit, so it wouldn't push the bit all the way through, because it could have easily caught, especially on this the near end where there's that double gusset there. It could have caught one of those rivets, and that wouldn't have been a good day to have to drill that out and redo that whole thing. All right, we're almost done with vertical stabilizer. I want to show you a little bit of the rivet process. So you saw before how we clecoed all the metal together, and we got part of this riveted in. We just have the the forward and the aft spar left to rivet. So I'm going to show you how that happens. We start in the middle, and we'll pull a cleco out like so. Grab a rivet. We got a APQ 42, and it just goes in the hole. Get our rivet puller, best rivet puller ever, Milwaukee cordless rivet puller. Slide it over the rivet, put a little pressure on it. It snaps it right off, snaps the mandrel off nice and clean. So another one. So this time we're gonna go every other rivet out from the center. So we'll go every other rivet. Rivet in. Slide it on. Like so. And next we'll do this, and we just keep going every other, all the way out till that's done. Then we start at the center again, every other rivet all the way back out. Okay, we got done with the vertical stabilizer. Got it all riveted up. There was one rivet in here that I'm gonna redo. I marked it with a Sharpie, and it got really crooked. And there you go. And you can see you can totally get a fingernail under it. It's not right. So I'm gonna drill that out. I've got a rivet removal tool that I'm gonna use on it. And maybe I'll shoot some video of me taking this rivet out. So I'm gonna drill out this rivet here, and I have a rivet removal tool. It has a stop in it, and it only goes down so far, and plus that head fits over the top of this rivet head here. So let's see if I can get this out of here. Yeah, it's not. We gotta fix it. Had to get this stabilizer clamped down on the table so I could push down on it with this drill. So I've got my depth set for the rivet remover, and it's got the little recess tip here that fits over the top of the rivet. So we got that top removed, and I'll have to get I'll be right back and get a punch. I might have to redo this and drill down a little bit more. I'll see if we can knock this out. Yeah, I think I'll have to drill that out some more. Yep. I didn't go quite deep enough on it. So we'll just loosen this end here, crank in just a little bit more. wants to wobble on me. Well, I'll be back. Okay, I couldn't record us actually doing this because there's only 2 of us and we needed 4 hands to do the job. But got it drilled out and re-riveted, and it went in really nice. Worked really good. So there you go. Okay, we're wrapping up for the day. We got the vertical stabilizer all done and got the shop hangar area cleaned up. Really happy with how this all came together today. A lot better than I was with the rudder, which we are going to be redoing, by the way. Took a while, but the further along we go, the more the better we'll get at this, and we'll be able to go a little faster. But it's a piece of the airplane. So that's about it for now.